Let's talk about this large part in the main window, in the middle of the main window is all about. This is the arranger timeline. And in the timeline, time goes, of course, from left to right. And what goes from top to bottom are the track headers. We'll talk about those in a later video, but I have two audio tracks here now. I can create more tracks like instruments and effect tracks, which are created at the bottom. Let me just delete this one for now, this one too, to bring it back to the default an instrument track and an audio track. Get the clip out of the way because at the top of the arranger timeline is the beat ruler. And this represents every beat in the project in your timeline. So a clip like this is now 1 bar long. It means it's 4 beats long. 1 beat, 2 beats, 3 beats, and 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the looping range is set using this little gray bar in the ruler. Right? Once I get there with the mouse, it'll change into a pen. And with that, I can set new ranges. If I start the transport, you can actually see the playhead run through these 4 beats, this 1 bar. If I zoom in and out like this, like I showed you earlier, you'll see that the grid of the timeline adapts to the zooming level. So the more I zoom in, the more detail I get to see of the grid. Zooming out will do the opposite, you see? If I go all the way to the bottom right corner, there's an icon that you can use to toggle that behavior on and off. Right? So if you do not want an adaptive grid in the timeline, this is where you turn it off. Personally, I like to have it in the timeline view. But if you turn it off, you can set your own preferred grid right over here. It's now on 1/16 notes. And whatever I do to the zooming now, this will remain the same. Okay, so that is everybody's personal preference, of course. It's on 1/16 straight notes. I can move it to triplets or fifthlets, 5T, or even 7T. Let me just put that back to 16th straight notes. Like I said, I personally like to keep the grid of the arranger timeline on adaptive. You know, for me, it's different in a note editor, but in the arranger timeline, if I just want to be able to edit something small out, it's easy just to zoom in and have the grid adapted to your zooming level. See that last edit, that was really small. And I could do that really fast because of the adaptive grid. The little blue triangle over here, that is the playhead. This determines where playback will start once I go to the transport and hit the play button, or actually, which would be a lot faster, just hit the space bar on my keyboard. So once I do that, playback will start from this point where the playhead is right now. See? And that playhead actually follows my object selection tool, my mouse cursor. See that? Also follows my selection in the arrange timeline. If I select this clip, playback will start from there. Like that. So that is part 1 of the arranger timeline.